In this video, I will be talking about some New York Comic Con reveals, specifically from Hasbro Marvel Legends. Now, as for the reveals, we did get a good amount of stuff overall. A Build-A-Figure wave, a couple 2-packs, some single releases, and a new made-to-order figure. Now, before we get started, I did get all of these pictures from MarvelousNews.com, so check them out for more news, whether that's Marvelous News, Jedi Insider, or just toy news overall. So now let's get into the video. So the first figure I do want to talk about is actually currently up for pre-order, and that is a new made-to-order X-Men 97 Apocalypse. Now granted, he wasn't in X-Men 97, but he was obviously in the original series, and this thing right off the bat looks phenomenal. He will be scaling 12 inches tall, so that is obviously double the height of your standard Marvel Legends figure. Here he is compared to the recently released Cable, and Cable literally comes to his crotch, and that is pretty crazy. This thing does look pretty good. It is not a reuse of the previously released X-Men animated series Apocalypse. That figure previously reused the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure body, but this is one-to-one for this figure. Obviously it better be for the price, $120, which is a little steep, but let's see what else he comes with. Now here he is with all of the accessories that will be included with this figure. You obviously have an extra head sculpt, which is grinning, which that one looks really good. You have an extra sword piece, 2 extra pairs of hands, a blast effect. You're gonna have a drill bit. You're gonna have a gun, a shield, a mace type thing you can put at the end of his hand, and 2 more blast effects. Now, one interesting thing is the one on the bottom right is reuse from, I believe, a G.I. Joe figure, because it looks familiar, which is interesting. You know, they're taking blast effects from them. Will we ever see them take other parts? You know, I think they did like a snake guy in the G.I. Joe series, so it would be interesting to see them just take that and give us some more Serpent Society, because that's what I personally want. But either way, so what are my thoughts on this figure overall? It is, again, quite nice. Now it is going to be $120 from Hasbro Pulse. It's obviously a made to order figure. I don't know exactly when it ends. It's usually a month, so probably November 9th, I believe. That's usually how long these made to order figures go. Now, will I be personally getting this? I think so. I was at first like, no, I don't need it. I have the Marvel Select, which I really like that figure. That one I think is 10 inches tall, so this one's 2 inches bigger, and it just looks a little thicker overall. But this thing does look quite nice, and obviously I like purple. It's one of my favorite colors, and I love the blue with the purple here. It looks great. Now, I know a lot of people wanted a comic book Apocalypse, which I think would have been a better option. I think they would have sold more if they did a comic book version of this. Now granted, I could see some people would probably just getting this body and repainting it. Now the paint job here looks non-existent. That's just me. So is it going to be worth that $120? I don't think so. I think if this was $100, it would be more worth it, mainly due to the fact that there's no real paint on this guy. He does have some cool accessories. Now, the Marvel Select came with the mace thing and drill bits and extra hands. This one has a little bit more than that one, but the paint job on that Marvel Select is leagues better than this figure. This looks basic. Now granted, this is from the X-Men animated series, but I feel like they could have just done a little bit more, whether that's in the accessories or the paint job. I think this would have been better if it was a comic book version. I think more people would have wanted it if it was comic book, but they chose this. I wouldn't be surprised if like in a year or two they just repaint this comic book colors and do it again as a made to order item. But either way, this is currently up for pre-order for a month until I believe November 9th for $120 before shipping and tax. Now go get them if you want them. The next set of reveals are a new Build-A-Figure wave, and that is going to be an Executioner Build-A-Figure wave. And I have mixed feelings about this wave overall. I really only want one figure, and the rest I don't want, but I want the Build-A-Figure, so I'm gonna have to end up buying the whole set. That's obviously how this works, but either way, let's look at these figures closer. The first figure we have is Enchantress. Now this is the one I want because I really do need her for my shelf, and Executioner, and she looks good. It looks like, you know, new parts. I don't think she's all new. It looks like the arms to me look familiar, like somebody from the AOA wave kind of had that look. I don't know if they're reused from that or new, but they're double jointed. She's pinless, and she has this really cool new effect part. I kind of want like a few of those effect parts. Imagine giving that to like Doctor Doom or Mysterio. So that's a cool effect. Hopefully they use that more and more. That looks way better than the circle twirly things we've been getting so many times now. But either way, she looks great. She looks fantastic, and I can't wait to put her on my shelf. The next figure I want to talk about is probably the second one that I will probably keep, and that is Werewolf by Night. This is the first time Hasbro has done a Werewolf by Night. We did get him long ago in the Toy Biz era, but this one looks cool. I believe the upper torso and arms are reused from Jackal because there's still pins in them, and that's what it reminds me of. Surprised it took this long since that figure came out like years and years ago. I think before the pandemic, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm obviously gonna have to get him because I want this Executioner, and this one looks good. I was thinking of maybe putting it on my MCU shelf. It's too comic booky for that, even for me. It looks nice, it looks good, but at the end of the day, I don't really care for it too much. But I want that Build-A-Figure, so gonna have to get it. The next figure that I think I'm gonna keep is this 6-armed Spider-Man. Now, mainly just because I like Spider-Man figures and I could just throw this in the back of my Spider-Man shelf. But this Spider-Man particularly goes with the Dark Avengers, which they have been completing slowly but surely. I do need to start reading more comics. I'm currently reading a lot more manga. So this story is one that I will probably end up reading just because so many people have talked about it. So it looks cool nonetheless. It will come with an extra pair of hands, the leg to Executioner, and an extra head, which is Todd McFarlane style, so that's cool. Throw that on another Spider-Man maybe. And then obviously the squinting eyes, which I don't really care about. But yeah, I don't really care about this figure, but it is currently up for pre-order if you do want to get it. The next figure I want to talk about is one that I will not be getting because it doesn't have a Build-A-Piece, and that is a World War II Logan or Wolverine. It looks nice, you know. I was considering maybe getting this, but I don't really have a war shelf at the moment. Maybe if I ever see this on Amazon for like 15-20 bucks shipped, I'll pick them up, but as of right now, I do not care. It looks cool. You know, you get a gun, knife, satchel. The extra claw hands do look nice. I don't get exactly why they're wrapped or if they're like covers or something. Maybe he's hiding it. Again, I don't know, but either way, it looks cool. And if you have like a war shelf like G.I. Joe or Valaverse, this will be a nice addition to that shelf because he's going to be smaller, most likely, hopefully, and you get that variation on your shelf. Swap the head out or leave it, I don't know. It looks good regardless, but again, not for me. I just want that Build-A-Figure. The next figure they showed is this Iron Man, I think Mark 72. I don't know, I don't care. Again, that head and that axe for Executioner look really good, but I don't really give a fuck about this Iron Man suit. It doesn't even look that good to me. I think the head is what's throwing me off with those 2 circles on the forehead. I don't know where this is from. I don't want it. Heck, if anybody out there just wants the Iron Man and doesn't want the Build-A-Piece, let me know. We could probably work something out. I don't know. I might end up just getting the whole wave and like reviewing it, but again, I don't really care. I just want the Executioner and the Enchantress. Kind of wish they did a 2-pack of those 2, but either way, Iron Man, whatever, the black, the red, the gold, you know, doesn't look good because it's Hasbro. They use that cheap plastic, so I would say this is a pass for me, but I'm gonna have to unfortunately get them. The next figure in this wave is Warbow. It looks cool. They did previous character, I think in the same team or something, from the Void Build-A-Figure wave, so that would go good with this. Now I do like green. It's my second favorite color, and this thing does look nice, but I don't know if I'm keep him because I don't really know where I would put him. Again, the translucent plastic green does look nice, but I don't know if I will keep him. Obviously gonna want that Build-A-Piece, but I don't really care about this figure in particular. And the last character in this wave is Phantom Rider. Again, don't know anything about this character, but I want that Build-A-Piece. It is just all white plastic. I think only the belt has paint, not even the guns. Guns are molded gray, and the eyes. So this is super easy for Hasbro. I believe it's on the Vulcan body. New head. I think that cape is new. I could be wrong, but I don't care. This would be cool as a nice nice base body because it is all white, so you can easily paint whatever you want on top. Maybe give this guy a wash. Again, customizing potential here, which is kind of cool. I see it and I'm like, maybe a Deadpool custom. Now I think they did a cowboy Deadpool in the comic wave, or am I thinking of pirate Deadpool? One of those, but I see this and that's the first thing that comes to mind. So all of these figures are currently up for pre-order as of October 10th. Anywhere where you get your Marvel Legends, that being either Amazon, Nerdzoic, BBTS, or any other place that gets figures. So overall, this wave is whatever. Obviously, we have another Spider-Man, Iron Man, and Wolverine. Nonetheless, it is cool. I want the Build-A-Figure. I need Enchantress. I honestly do not really care about anybody else. Maybe the Werewolf by Night, I might just keep him. But I don't really see these selling out, so you don't have to rush to go get them and pre-order them. But they're there for when you want them. And all of these are scheduled to release January 2026, so the beginning of next year. So the next set of figures we will be getting are two Inhumans 2-packs. The first 2-pack will consist of Black Bolt and Triton. These two look good. I do want this set for Black Bolt to go with my Illuminati. I don't really care about Inhumans that much, but the Triton does look kind of good. The Black Bolt figure will come with an extra head, open palm hands, and a set of clenching hands. And he will have two sets of wings, one collapsed and one open. This figure is a redo. They've done Black Bolt like twice before on the Bucky Cat body. This figure is on the Vulcan body, which makes sense. Kind of hoping for a different body, either new or the Punisher War Journal 2-pack body. But this figure does look nice, so I will be getting him for my Illuminati. And yeah, man, this thing does look good. As for Triton, he will come with an extra head with a mask piece and a set of open palm hands. Looks to be the same set that are with Black Bolt, but painted, purple. Again, don't know who this is. I see this and I immediately thought of like a Green Goblin custom. Like this will be a good base body. But either way, this figure does look like it has a lot more new than I first expected. The purple stripes on his legs, arms, and torso are all sculpted in. So that leads me to believe that those are all new parts. Maybe the forearms, legs, and crotch are reused, but everything else seems to be new, so that's not too bad. Now this 2-pack will retail for $57.99, so $58, and will be going up for pre-order on October 21st at 1 p.m. Eastern Time or 11 a.m. Pacific Time. So get your calendars ready if you really want this. Don't really see this selling out, but this 2-pack looks good regardless. The next Inhumans 2-pack is a 2-pack of Gorgon and Medusa. This 2-pack looks good. Now we've gotten a Medusa before, but this one is in a different outfit. Now I do believe the head and hair, which is all one piece, is a new sculpt because it looks more tendrily with the hair, and she will come with an extra face plate, not an extra head, which obviously makes sense because of the hair. So that's interesting. I don't think Hasbro has done that in the Marvel Legends line. I could be wrong about that. As for the Gorgon figure, it does look like there's a lot more new than I was expecting. I believe the legs are all new, including the thighs. I could be wrong about that, but I can't really pinpoint where those are from. And then as for the upper torso, I think Caliban body, but I don't know. Either way, it looks good. There's more new here than most Marvel Legends figures. Again, I don't know anything about the Inhumans, but this does look like a cool design. Looks like there's a lot more new here than I was expecting. Now this 2-pack will retail for $62.99, so that's more than other 2-pack. He is a bigger figure, so he's gonna be around $35-$40, and she'll be around that $28 price point, since that seems to be the new norm. And this 2-pack will be going up for pre-order on October 21st at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific, anywhere where you get your Marvel Legends figures, so stay tuned for that if you really want to complete your Inhumans. The next set of figures we have are two retro carded Spider-Man figures, and here we have Cardiac. This figure does look like a lot more new than I was expecting. I think obviously the knees are new, thigh pieces are probably new unless they're reused from somebody else. The shoulder pads and obviously the head are new. He will come with this cool staff piece and electric ball effect to go on that staff piece. And he will come with 2 extra hands, not 2 sets, which kind of sucks, $28. Kind of wish for a little bit more here, but it's Hasbro. Hasbro's gonna Hasbro, as long as they're Hasbro. And we will be getting a new Spider-Man 2099 figure. This is obviously on the Renew Your Vows body. It does look really good in this blue color scheme. Obviously, it looks way better than the previous one, which I think was on the Pizza Spidey body not that long ago. So this is a nice upgrade. Will come with 2 sets of extra hands. You will get a set of crawling hands and clenching hands, and obviously the fisted hands on them in the package. But yeah, this figure overall looks good. I will be picking them up. What about you guys? Now, both of these figures will be going up for pre-order October 29th at 1 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, anywhere where you get your Marvel Legends such as BBTS, Nerdzoic, or Amazon. So those were the reveals of New York Comic Con 2025 for Hasbro Marvel Legends. What are your guys' thoughts on any of these figures? Will you be picking them up? I will have to end up getting all of that Executioner set because I want the Build-A-Figure, and I will be getting the Apocalypse, even though I have the Marvel Select, but that figure does look really good. As for the Inhumans 2-packs, I will only be getting the Black Bolt 2-pack. Don't really care too much about the Inhumans. That's just me. And as for the Spider-Man wave, I don't know anything of Kardak, but I do want that Spider-Man 2099, so I will be getting that. So overall, I will be getting pretty much everything. I don't really want much of that Executioner wave, but I want the Build-A-Figure, so I will have to get that wave, sadly for me. But hey, if you want all of them, there you go. If you want to trade, let me know, because I don't really want most of those figures except for Enchantress. Might actually pick up 2 of those to repaint one red, because in Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes TV show, she gets taken over by Surtur and she gets a red color scheme. Sadly, they never finished that show or that plot point. But if I were to get a second one and repaint it red, I could just put that on my villain shelf and put this Enchantress on my Asgard shelf. Eventually I want to do one of those. Now, I don't expect there to be too many reveals the rest of SDCC. We might get a tease or two. I think there was a tease that I was seeing, but I'm not 100% sure. I couldn't find it on Marvelous News, so maybe there is one, maybe there isn't. I'm not 100%, but either way, thanks for watching this video. Now fuck off.